Okay, sweet peas. Hello, it's August 25th, 2017. Right now the time is about 5:40 p.m. Pacific time, and my name is Leslie Williams. Now, this is going to be a short video because of the lateness of the hour. I just got back from running around all day long, and today was like a really flippy day pertaining to the criminal realities that I am being subject to on a daily basis, which is in reference to being a gang stalking victim and activist. Uh, Now, I'm not going to really go into this video. I'm not going to talk about what I experienced and didn't today as a result of being a target of this crime. I'll make a video about that tomorrow, but I will state this. Fellow Americans, this following statements apply for any day, any week, month, or year. Okay, so listen carefully to my statement. When you go to Google, if you feel inclined, okay, all my descriptions can be Googled. When you go to Google and you research how cell phone hacking, okay, is a method of gang stalking, excuse me, and you can also research as well pertaining to how the perpetrators will also hack into targets' computers. They also do. There is a lot of information online pertaining to lawsuits and everything concerning remote neural monitoring as well, pertaining to how that technology is not just being pertaining to what's stated on the internet about it. It's being stated that it's not just being used to remotely neurally monitor a target neurally from a distance, but it also has the capacity, from what the information on the internet is stating, that it also has the capacity to hack into any type of electronic device in order to be able to control the functions of it, alter or edit any information in it, including evidence, okay, and or make it inoperable. Now, my fellow American citizens, and the reason why I'm bringing this directly up right now before I proceed into the subject matter is because I have already been subject to phone jamming while staged events occurred right after the phone was jammed, like the 11/30/2015 incident that happened in Marion Bear Park. Okay, see, I have an application on my phone from the ACLU, even though I really don't care much for the ACLU because they've never done a damn thing, not one thing, to help any gang stalking victim in any state, as far as I know. And I've seen the information online pertaining to victims of this crime reaching out to them, and then the target saying that they were completely ignored. But just hear me out. There's an application that you can go to yourself, and I would advise you to do this, okay, by going to Google Play Store and typing in ACLU Police app, okay? And what it is, it's an application that you can download to your phone. It works on Androids as far as, you know, I don't know about smartphones or whatever. And as a result of you having this app, what you can do is literally record any physical interactions that you have with police, or you can videotape any action that you see the police engaged in against other people. It is live streamed directly to the ACLU as it's occurring. And they state the reason why they created this app is because of, well, there's obviously police misconduct going on in this nation, absolutely. Okay, and so they want to be able to see that if whatever is being recorded, okay, if the police are violating any laws. Okay, so the morning of 11/30/2015, when I was in Marion Bear Park, okay, as soon as very early in the morning, as soon as I got my phone out, I noticed that the red light on this was in reference to my older phone. I don't no longer utilize that phone. And I'm going to try and explain this really fast so I can move forward. Okay. Let's just say it was around 5:36 a.m. I got up my phone while I was in Marion Bear Park, a park here in San Diego. And that phone that I'm referring to, there was a red light on the front of it. Now that red light, the only time it's ever on, when I was ever using that phone, when I used to use it, okay, the only time that red light would be on would be when you have a charger plugged into the phone, and that's the red light would come on to let you know that the phone is charging. Okay, so I didn't have no charger connected to the phone. I took the phone out, immediately seeing that it was there. I pressed the power button and held it down continually. Okay, I tried it about 7 different times, holding the power button continually, pressing it continually, not letting go or nothing, 7 different times, at least 5 to 6 minutes each time. It would not power up at all. Now, the day before, I made a tweet on Twitter stating that tomorrow I'm getting ready to move. Okay? I go, let's see if the police approach me and ticket and or arrest me between 5:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. They came at 9:45 a.m. Now, after they came, well, the park rangers came and then the police came. Okay? Now, and also the park ranger who approached me when the park rangers came and approached me, I said, "You're the guy that lied at the evidentiary hearing concerning the Rose Canyon event." He goes, "Yep, it's me." Well, he goes, "Yeah." Okay. So I caught a confession. He did lie at the evidentiary hearing, absolutely. Check this out though. So after he approached me, then another park ranger approached me that was with him. Then they called the police and two SDPD officers came. So we had this long dialogue about camping in Marion Bear Park and all this other bullshit. And they were acting like they were being so generous about not giving me a ticket or arresting me. Okay, they were giving me a warning. Ain't that nice? Yeah. Just hear me out. So, as soon as they walked away from my physical presence, in other words, you see me right now. So pretend that a human being is standing 5 feet away from me, right? Now, imagine that human being walking away from me 30 feet away, and then once he gets 30 feet away, he's physically out of sight because remember, we were in the woods, right? So as soon as the cops walked away from me with the park rangers and walked 30 feet away out of physical sight, the phone booted on all by itself. Okay? Now the reason why I brought that up is because it's all over the internet that the police are involved in gang stalking, exposed by tens of thousands of people, right? It's also all over the internet that cell phone jamming is a method of gang stalking. Now, on that older phone, I didn't have a Periscope account at that time. I might have, but I didn't. I wasn't utilizing. I think I made a video in December of 2000, either 15 or 16. I think it was actually 2016. That phone I did not have Periscope on. So, but they did not want me recording that in real time because I actually recorded sections of the Rose Canyon event and sent it to the ACLU. Okay, live recording. Okay, with that phone. Do you really think that's an accident? They came 15 minutes within the time frame that I stated they would come, and the phone was jammed and literally became immediately unjammed the second they walked out of my physical presence. Come on. All right, hold on a minute. Now, so the reason why I brought all this up is that if any event happens towards me, I try not to pull out my physical phone when they use homeless people and social deviants and punks and crazies towards me along my routes or wooded areas because they're already told what to do towards me, okay, pertaining to why they're staging an event, and they will even be told what to do in reference to my responses concerning the event. Like if she pulls out her video camera, assault her, and then try and use that as the excuse concerning why you're assaulting her. Because really what that is about is two things. A middleman is using these homeless people and social deviants. These social deviants and homeless people, I'd say at least 90% of them don't even know the police are connected to this crime. They're being used by a middleman. That way, when the assault and or robbery occurs, they know the basic psychology of all people that the police will be called by the victim, right? So they don't want a video picture of the person that's being used because they know they have plans for that person. Wait till I call the cops, I report it, and then the cops play their role and arrest the guy without ever letting me know. So that guy can be used for funds concerning the prison industrial complex and whatever else other plans that they have for that individual down the road. In other words, he's a target too. Okay, but they're also though trying to establish, or at least they were trying to establish that, well, Miss Williams is being assaulted because she's taking video pictures of people for no reason because she thinks she's being stalked. Because whenever they stage an event, and if any target takes out their video camera, okay, because they're not just going after the people who middlemen are using, but they're also going after the target. So they're burning the candle at both ends. In order to go after the target, they got to file falsified police reports about, well, victim's homeless, won't get out of it. Victim's claiming she's being stalked. She must have some kind of a problem. The victim's bringing these assaults up on her because she thinks she's being stalked, and so she's trying to take video pictures of people for no reason because she thinks she's being stalked. Do you understand? UCSD tried that bullshit. They tried to say, well, you're being banned because you were told not to take video pictures in our library. They were propping up assholes in there every single time I went in that library. Every fucking time I went in that library. Every time. Every time. Not to mention the employees that were used. Hold on. Okay? Because they don't want video pictures of people that they're utilizing. Absolutely, because a great majority of the individuals that they're utilizing, mostly duped idiots, okay, are going to be targets as well. Are they using targets at all in order to make complaints so the police can make it appear they have normal appearing reason to go after them? Do you understand? Okay, so I know this is a lot to digest, but just hear me out. They're burning the candles at both ends. They're targeting the target, and they're targeting the people that the middlemen are using who are connected to the syndicate. You understand? Those people that they're using don't even know the cops are involved. Now, when they will, though, at times use syndicate members for the events as well. Like if they perceive you as being a really big enemy target to them, they will use experienced individuals. Now, those assholes already know. So, what's going on pertaining to the police being involved? All right, so the reason why I brought this up is that if my phone gets jammed at any time on any date, okay, it will be probably because they realize that the police are going to come to that event. Okay? Because they don't want the cops to be video recorded in reference to their behavior during the event. Okay? Do you understand? Because if I live record the police in real time, okay, they know I wear a tape recorder, so that's going to tape the event. Okay? Even though, has my tape recorder ever been compromised? Okay? Now, I want you to listen to me very carefully. Okay. I try not to take out my phone in the presence of any homeless people or people who look like they're down and out, because they'll try and take your phone from you and sell it, for one. Or they can be told that if she takes out her phone, steal it and damage it or throw it or whatever. Just for the simple fact that then that will produce you not having a phone, and before you get it replaced, they can bring about another event, which includes encompassing the police. You got to understand something. Gang stalking operates, they will literally do anything. Everything they do in reference to their staged events and even the harassment is for structured events, meaning that every little minute detail is thought out before the persons who are used are ever even put in the target's physical presence. Absolutely. They're told what to say, what not to say. They're told how to act. They're told how to respond to how the target acts. Everything is scripted before it's played out. Before they even approach the target. What they say, what they don't say. Okay, so if my phone becomes jammed at any time, okay, and something happens to me before I can get the phone replaced, okay, before I can get the phone fixed, it will be gang stalking. This includes robberies, rapes, arrests, tickets, being forced to move through any type of event, including people taking over any of my resting areas because they made me homeless. Now, this account was created for this reason. It was created for 3 reasons. 1, to make videos for lawyers. 2, in order to be able to keep a log concerning what's happening to me. 3, to make predictions, okay, concerning what may happen to me. Okay, and actually 4. The 4th being to inform the public and my fellow target individuals. Absolutely, concerning these criminal realities. No, excuse me. Now, when you hear me state to you that I literally have predicted 6 assaults before they occurred, no, it's true. You can go to my blog, okay, which is attached to my Twitter account profile. That Twitter account is at HIGGINSGGGG. That's one word. Exposing Truth is the name of the account. So, let's see, what else can I talk about right now? All right, now, hold on a second. All right, now I'm going to just make a few fast statements about a video that I'm going to make tomorrow concerning UCSD, but I'm going to throw a few things out for you right now concerning UCSD. UCSD is very exposed in my blog, so I'm not going to state some of the reasons why I'm so adamant about exposing UCSD and eventually going after them legally. I'll probably never win because the courts protect the universities because of the hundreds of millions of dollars they generate to the tax base. And who do they pay? Does any of that money go to pay for police and firefighters? do you honestly think that the government is not a corporation, and do you honestly think that the corporations do not protect their bottom line? What's cheaper? Is it cheaper to pay $25 or $50 or $75 to a homeless punk or a social deviant to approach a target at a wooded area, stage an event, even stage the witnesses, have somebody call the police, and the target gets arrested, and then the target gets arrested because they're blamed for the event, or they'll stage somebody up to claim they saw the target down at a wooded area and call the police. The police come out and arrest the target or ticket the target, and then the courts are used to pipeline the target deeper into the hole to produce results and effects that then are then monopolized on. So what's cheaper? To pay off a criminal punk, a social deviant, or even a syndicate member to stage these kinds of events than it would be to settle out of court pertaining to massive amounts of felonies that UCSD perpetrated on me. You do the math. $75 in reference to hundreds of thousands of dollars. I know I would win if my case ever went before an uncorrupted judge. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. Okay, so one of the reasons that I'm going to, right now, very briefly expose concerning why I'm so adamant about UCSD, SDSU as well. Okay, so you at any time can Google gang stalking in universities. It's going on in practically every university country all over the United States. Okay, one of the main reasons, one of many of the main reasons why I am so adamant about UCSD is because I want you to listen to me very carefully. I caught a UCSD library security guard on November 20th, 2013, wide openly, verbally, caught him on tape, admitting that a staged complaint can cause me to be banned. When they finally banned me, it was through a letter that they sent me in the mail. They gave me no excuse at all and then threatened me with jail and a $5,000 fine if I'm ever caught on campus. But now I'm going to make, again, like I said, I'm going to make a detailed video about this tomorrow. Okay. But more about this to expand on the other, because there was multiple reasons why they did it. But I'm going to give you one reason why I'm pissed off about one of the reasons that they did it, one of many. As a result of me not being able to go back to UCSD, at least now, until I win in court, if that ever occurs, is because I'm now, as a result of not being able to go, I can't go to their libraries to use the computers to upload videos of evidence, to upload prediction videos, to enhance or update my blog, to connect with fellow target individuals online until I can maybe find one that's trustworthy and healthy. Okay. To try to reach out to activist groups and lawyers and law firms. UCSD is a taxpayer subsidized university, meaning that a huge aspect of that university's functions is paid for through tax dollars, including mine. Okay. So when we see that a lying library director, okay, the director of library security, will collude with, and that's exactly what they did, collude with the police concerning this. The whole goal at the end of the day was to protect their ass and their image, okay, and to stop the current exposure of me being gang stalked on UCSD campus. They figured if we ban her, then she ain't got nothing more to expose concerning any gang stalking that would continue on that campus if I was still going on that campus, even though I'm catching UCSD students on the MTS bus routes committing the same verbal harassment, some of it sexual, on MTS bus routes. Because after they say it, sometimes I'll ask them, I go, are you guys UCSD students? And they'll say, yeah, right to my face. The same voices that 2 seconds before said gang stalk and or suck my dick. Which was the same harassment I endured in the biomedical library, at the Geisel Library, at the Price Center, where which is in the food court building, and at Club Med restaurant, on hundreds of audio files. Hold on. So, as a result, I have lesser options to expose what has happened to me, no matter where it's happening. I have less opportunities to upload anything. Absolutely. This was one of their motives, because they know that the organized crime syndicate that they're connected to and controlled by, absolutely, make no mistake about it, they knew and know that they would continue to crime towards me along my routes and at wooded areas until it can achieve its criminal motivations, okay? Which they did not want that to be currently connected to UCSD in any way. You understand? Now, if you can take away a human being's ability incrementally, place by place, first SDSU, then UCSD, then it'll be the coffee shops, then it'll be the computer hacking and making them inoperable. How is a victim supposed to expose in real time about an event that just happened this morning or yesterday or the day before, and how it came about, who played a role in it, how the police responded to it, how corrupt the courts responded to it? Do you understand? They slowly and incrementally take away your options to keep this in the conscious forefront of the public. Do you understand? Okay. Now, my fellow American citizens, what I am literally describing to you through these details is gang stalking. Okay. Now, tape recorders don't lie. Now, you can go to YouTube and you can type in "Learning Disabled Woman Catches UCSD Library Security Admitting." You can also go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes UCSD Gang Stalking," and look for the videos of me that are where it says "Learning Disabled Woman Catches Gang Stalking Being Said in Club Med Restaurant." Okay, trust me, you'll find them, and just listen for it in the background. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, the same harassment was caught in other buildings all over that campus, even at the bike racks, and even in the biomedical library. Now, that same exact identical harassment is the same exact identical harassment I caught the San Diego prosecutors and public defenders doing 2 years later. It's the same harassment that I've caught in wooded areas. It's the same harassment that I've caught in coffee shops where I go to use Wi-Fi, and it's the same harassment that I've caught at the libraries. Tape recorders don't fucking lie. That's why I say go to my blog. Okay? So, if they can do that to me, what do you think they're doing to victims, including women of all ages and young men as well? What do you think they're doing to victims who are being gang stalked in other ways, okay, who don't know yet what's happening to them is gang stalking? They get banned, the crime escalates and continues, they end up getting exploited, okay, and they have not put it together yet in their mind, okay, that they were intentionally banned in order to be able to take away these available resources that they could have utilized in order to stay safe. UCSD has no right to do that, neither does SDSU. Absolutely. So my fellow American citizens, and I want you to consider this as well. At SDSU, I caught media staff in their library saying gang stalk and oh my god and crazy and laughing about it. Probably on at least 100 audio files. Now, I got emails showing me exposing and talking about being harassed at U of M in Dearborn, Michigan by library staff and media room staff. Do you understand? Now, these filthy, criminal-ass, organized crime university campuses don't give two shits about what they're doing at all. To nobody. They don't care. They know exactly what they're connected to. They know exactly what they're involved in. And the California Attorney General is the legal advocate for, the attorney for, UCSD and SDSU. Now, the California Attorney General is also supposed to be the top law enforcement office in the state, meaning that they're also supposed to be concerned about citizens, concerning them being crime victims. So who do you think's politically controlling that office? Okay, paybacks are a bitch. I just don't give a shit. If you come into my life and think that you can abuse me and think you're just going to walk away because you banned me, I don't think so. See, because I don't know how this is coming across to you, but think about what I'm saying. You're a completely innocent person. You don't bother a soul. You don't bother anybody. You're not breaking any laws. You don't engage in any illegal activity. You're just going about your day, not bothering a soul, just trying to survive like the next person. And you're subject to one of the most heinous crimes a human being can be subjected to. Hold on. Okay, that you can be subjected to, and while the perpetrators walk away scot-free, stage events and then blame you for it, ban you, take away your resources to expose what's currently happening to you, and has, under the guise that you did this and you did that when you didn't do a damn thing. Absolutely. You would not believe what I know concerning SDSU and UCSD. Make no friggin' mistake about it. Absolutely. So, welcome to the corrupt criminal government of ours. They don't give two shits about any human being, especially women. Okay, because 70% of victims of this crime are women. So, since human trafficking is directly connected to this crime, we can't have UCSD's image tarnished with that kind of exposure. UCSD is such a prestigious university. It's one of the top 10 or 20 in the United States. It's like you exposing MIT or Harvard. We can't have that, is their thinking. So they figure banner, any crimes that happen to her in the future that's connected to the same crime, okay, that happened on their campus can never be traced back to them because she's no longer coming on our campus. So how can she say was what she's experiencing in 2015, 16, or 17, or 18? How can she ever say that was reconnected back to us? Because she's been banned. I'm not going to give them that privilege or that right. They're not walking. Absolutely. And if you had a daughter or a relative or a son going on a campus and you were victimized in the ways concerning the crimes they're connected to, I'm not just talking about the harassment. I'm talking about the eventual criminal motivation that is attached pertaining to why the person's targeted. You understand? They knew this crime was going to continue and they knew it was going to escalate. And they didn't want it attached to them because they knew I would expose it. And so they banned me for it. Believing that it could even just walk away because of what's going to happen in the future towards me, okay, will bring me into such bad destitution that I will not have the available resources to get a lawyer or to get to connect with any type of activist group that can at least stop the current gang stalking so it won't escalate. See, in order to be able to see how your enemy thinks, you got to understand what your enemy is and how they think, okay? And when you got years of experience concerning this crime, when you see what other victims have went through 10 years of exhaustive research on the internet, you become educated. You see what's going on through the experience and the educated knowledge, and you can easily just backtrack and say, okay, they're doing this because of that. They're doing that because of this. You know because you know what they're connected to and involved in. You understand? So you got to know your enemy's thinking. Absolutely. Now I'm going to give you one last statement and then I got to get. Consider this. Why is it that you can go to look at the top universities in 20 states in the United States, and probably including even Harvard or MIT. Okay, but think about this. Type in the name of UC Davis in gang stalking, UCSD in gang stalking, SDSU in gang stalking. Okay, UC Berkeley in gang stalking, UCLA in gang stalking. These are all part of the UCSD system. SDSU is not directly part of the UC system, but it is a tax subsidized university, college, okay, that falls under the legal advocacy of the California Attorney General because it's a tax state and tax subsidized college. Okay, so think of any 10 well-known universities in this country outside of the ones I've already mentioned and type it into gang stalking and look at what comes up. Do you really think that's an accident? Do you honestly think that I am the only one on the internet exposing UCSD? There's other individuals on the internet exposing UC Davis. Okay, a professor from UC Davis was on the Alex Jones show on Thanksgiving Day 2015 exposing him being gang stalked and the fact that directed energy weapons were connected to it. So you could probably find that by typing in UCSD Davis professor. He's also an author. Okay, so go to Google and type in UCSD Davis professor space, your space bar on your keyboard, space, gang stalking, okay, and then space Alex Jones show. Because Alex Jones, it appears, has 3 different Thanksgiving Day shows. One of this professor and one concerning another person that he interviewed. So do what I tell you to do and you'll see that's all over the internet. Alright, now my fellow American citizens, remember why I created this Periscope account. I created this Periscope account for the forementioned reasons, okay, and that's what it's being utilized for. So, if you feel inclined, you can watch any of my other any of the other videos dedicated to this Periscope account. 99% of them are dedicated to exposing this crime that's happening to me and still is. Oh my God, I caught it today again. It was mild. It's been mild the last few days. Ever since this shit restarted back up between me and MTS, it's been very mild compared to what I usually experience. Absolutely. Are there any specific San Diego gang stalking victims right now experiencing a lot of the sensitization methods concerning physical gestures? Would that be something that you can't catch on a tape recorder? Alright, so anyways, you can research gang stalking and sensitization methods. Okay, alright, I gotta go. So this is just an update video. If I'm arrested for illegal lodging, encroachment, or trespassing, it will be gang stalking. I don't give 2 shits who plays a role in it. I don't care how old they are, what type of person they are, what excuse they use concerning why they know I'm on the property. I don't care who it is, period. It will be gang stalking, absolutely, and for any other reason. Okay, if I'm arrested or ticketed, absolutely, in the next week. My name is Leslie Williams. I'm in San Diego, California. I make these videos to inform, to expose the truth, and to make predictions pertaining to what may and or will occur towards me as a result of being a victim of this crime. I do what I do to stay safe and to inform, to expose. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned tomorrow. Have a great day.